I could remember some years back when I visited one large farm in my state. I could see pigs, goats, snail, catfish, chicken, and some other animals. I loved the way the farm was set up. I was so motivated that I didn't want to leave. What kept ringing in my mind that day was that someday I was going to own something like this. Today, I have started, and we are gradually growing. In this video today, I will be sharing some important thoughts about starting a livestock business, being it poultry farming, goat farming, or even pig farming with just little capital, but aiming for both short-term and long-term success. Many of us, including those in a paid employment, dream of a small farm or a backyard venture that can take care of their family protein need. Afterwards, make some good profit from it. And we often wonder which animal to raise: chickens, goats, catfish, or pigs. Each option offers its own set of opportunities and challenges, so let's explore them together in a friendly, easy-to-understand way if you're looking for a low-cost way to invest savings and generate a fast, steady income. Consider starting a small-scale chicken operation. Chickens require very little capital to start. Few dollars can cover the cost of purchasing day-old chicks, the basic equipment needed, and setting up a basic coop or pen. Once your flock is established, you can earn income either through egg production, that is, raising layers, or by raising chickens for meat, that is, broiler production. For instance, if you decide to raise broilers, you'll have market-ready meat of about 3 kilograms in as little as 35 days. With proper care, you can make a profit of about 50 to 60% on your investment. Alternatively, choosing layers means you'll start receiving eggs at around 5 months of age, that is, in about 19 to 20 weeks. Now, if you consider goats, the situation changes a bit. Goats are wonderful animals, but they come with higher initial costs. Not only do you have to purchase healthy goats from a farmer with good track records of their animal, but you also need to invest in secure fencing and a proper grazing area, since goats are known for their adventurous spirit and can easily find a way out if given the chance. This doesn't mean if you don't have enough space for grazing, you can't start goat farming. Starting it without grazing area means you will either have to go get palatable grasses for them yourself on a daily basis or employ the services of someone to do this for you. This is in addition to their normal ration. Additionally, goats take a bit longer to provide returns on investment, typically reaching a good market weight in about 9 to 18 months, depending on the breed, genetics, feed quality, and good management. Some people tried tethering their goats, that is, tying the animal with a rope to restrict its movement to save on space. But for a sustainable business, having enough room for them to roam freely is best. Pig farming falls somewhere in between. Starting a pig farm requires a decent initial investment. Think about buying quality piglets and building a comfortable, well-ventilated pigsty. While this may cost more than setting up a chicken coop or pen, it's generally less expensive than establishing a goat farm. Pigs have a rapid growth cycle, usually reaching slaughter weight in around 5 to 7 months. This relatively quick turnaround can mean faster profits if everything is managed well. This includes good management and a ready market. Another important factor to consider is space. If you're somehow constrained with space, chickens are an ideal choice. They don't need much room as they can be placed in cages of 2 or 3 tiers, and letting them roam during the day if you have the space can even help reduce feed costs while keeping your yard lively. In contrast, goats need open spaces to graze and stay healthy, which means you'll need more land. Pigs also require a fair amount of space. While they don't need as much as goats, having a well-designed pen is crucial to prevent overcrowding and reduce the risk of diseases. Feeding costs also play a big role in the overall success of your venture, being it chicken, goat, or pig farming, as this takes about 70% of your total production cost. Chickens mostly rely on commercial feeds, and while these can add up over time, you can always let them free range to pick up insects or even share some food scraps to ease the expense, though this will make them take longer time to reach market weight. Goats are excellent grazers. They happily eat grass, leaves, and even weeds, making them one of the most cost-effective animals to feed if you have access to lush green land. Pigs, however, have hearty appetites and need a diet rich in protein to grow properly. Many farmers supplement pig feed with kitchen scraps and farm byproducts to help manage costs, but you still need to ensure they receive balanced nutrition to support their fast growth. When you consider the various aspects of managing your farm, one critical factor to weigh is the risk of diseases and how they can impact your operation. For instance, pigs face a significant challenge from African swine fever, ASF. This disease has proven to be devastating for pig populations because there has never been an effective vaccine developed against it. Without a vaccine, controlling its spread relies on strict biosecurity measures and, in many cases, rapid culling of affected animals. This means that pig farming demands an extra layer of vigilance and preparedness to manage potential outbreaks, which can add complexity and cost to the operation. In contrast, goats generally enjoy a more favorable health profile. They are not known to suffer from any disease as deadly as African swine fever, making them a safer option. In terms of long-term animal health, their resilience can translate into fewer disruptions and a more stable farming experience, allowing you to focus on growth without constantly battling severe health crises. Chickens, while prone to contagious diseases, there is a benefit from the availability of vaccines. These vaccines help control common illnesses and reduce the risk of major outbreaks when proper biosecurity measures are followed. Although managing a flock still requires regular care and monitoring, the option to vaccinate provides an additional tool to protect your investment and maintain a steady production flow. When you think about your farming journey, it's important to consider how quickly each animal grows and begins to provide returns on your investment. For instance, chickens are known for their rapid development. Broilers, raised specifically for meat, often reach market weight in just 5 to 6 weeks, while layers typically start laying eggs by around 5 months. This speedy turnaround means you can start seeing returns on your investment much sooner than with other animals. In contrast, goats take a bit longer to mature. Generally, you might need to wait over a year before a goat grows large enough to offer significant benefits, whether through meat or milk production. Their slower growth cycle requires a more patient, long-term approach. Pigs, meanwhile, fall somewhere in between. They usually reach a marketable size in 5 to 7 months, striking a balance between the quick growth of chickens and the more extended development period of goats. The way the market values of these animals also plays a big role in your decision. Chickens have broad appeal. Most people enjoy eggs and chicken meat, so there's a steady demand for chicken. However, because many farmers choose chickens, this increased competition can sometimes push down prices, affecting your profit margins. But if you know the business aspect of your farming well, this shouldn't be a problem. Goats, on the other hand, often fetch a higher price since goat meat is considered a premium product in many areas. Still, it's important to remember that cultural, religious, or dietary preferences in certain regions can influence how well pork sells. When you think about managing a small farm, it's important to consider the daily routines and the amount of time each animal needs. For example, chickens require regular attention, especially when they are young, that is, from day old when you are brooding the chicks. This will help you reduce mortality greatly. Clean water as well as quality feed, preferably professional feed for broilers, need to be available to them at all time, while avoiding dump feeding if you want your broilers to attain 3 kilograms in 35 days. This I practice in my farm, such that by day 32 to day 35, we are already hitting 3 kilogram body weight. Layers might not need professional feed. As I always say, any water you cannot drink, do not give to your birds, and always keep the drinkers cleaned to make fresh water available for your birds. It is one of the rules for success in this venture, and their coops or pen must be kept cleaned, replacing the bedding materials as and when due to prevent diseases. You'll need to maintain strict biosecurity measures and monitor the flock closely to catch any signs of illness as early as possible. Goats, on the other hand, tend to have a more relaxed routine. If your grazing area is securely fenced, you won't need to watch them as closely every single day. However, they still require care during critical periods, like kidding season or when it's time for deworming and hoof trimming to ensure they remain healthy. Pigs fall somewhere in between. They need a structured daily routine that includes consistent feeding, thorough cleaning of their pens, strict biosecurity practices, and diligent health checks to keep them thriving. Beyond the daily tasks, you also have to think about how your farming venture can grow over time. With chickens, you can often start small and gradually build up your flock. However, as you stock more birds, the need for extra feed, more space, and improved facilities also increases. If you're working with local chicken breeds, they have the natural ability to multiply without you having to buy a whole new batch of day-old chicks. Goats offer a unique advantage in terms of expansion because of their steady natural reproduction. A well-cared-for doe or nanny can give birth to kids that eventually grow into healthy adults, allowing your herd to grow organically over time, a strong foundation for long-term sustainability. Meanwhile, pigs are known for their impressive reproduction rates. A single sow can produce a litter of about 8 to 12 piglets more than once a year.
Your pig farming operation can expand rapidly. Of course, rapid expansion brings its own challenges, such as maintaining consistent quality and managing the increased volume of feed and care required. When you take a moment to look at the financial side of your farming journey, you begin to see that it's not just about that initial thrill of starting something new and making profit from it. It's also about how well your investment can pay off over time. Think about raising chickens. They're known for their ability to produce quickly, which means you can start seeing a return on your investment in a relatively short period. Even though the profit on each bird might be small, it is a game of numbers, well cared for. If you have the facility and the resources to raise more birds, definitely you will make more profit. At first, you keep feeding new chicks and watching the flock grow, and that steady cycle can really add up. Every time you reinvest in your chickens, you're giving your farm the chance to expand bit by bit, and that steady growth can be incredibly motivating as you see more birds and more income coming your way. Now consider goats. They're a bit different. When it comes to managing your money, goats don't give you that immediate payoff like chickens might, but each goat can actually bring in a higher profit. People tend to see goat meat and milk as special, high-quality products, so they're willing to pay extra for them. This means that while you might wait a bit longer for your first returns, each goat can really boost your overall income. With goats, you also get the benefit of their natural ability to reproduce. Once your herd is healthy and thriving, their steady reproduction means you don't have to constantly buy new animals, and that creates a sort of natural rhythm in your farming business that can lead to more consistent earnings. Then there were pigs, which offer another interesting balance. Pigs grow at a comfortable pace, and one of their great strengths is how quickly a sow can produce a litter of piglets if you manage them well. This rapid reproduction can help your numbers grow fast, potentially leading to significant gains. But there's a catch. Because pigs can multiply so quickly, it's really important to keep a close eye on their health and nutrition. Every extra pig means more feed, more space, and more careful management to make sure they stay healthy and your expenses don't outweigh your gains. This dynamic means you need to constantly balance the cost of taking care of them with the reward of their growing numbers. In the midst of all these, you find yourself juggling different rhythms and approaches. With chickens, it's a fast and steady beat of quick returns and continuous reinvestment. With goats, it's a slower, more deliberate pace that rewards patience, with higher profits over time. And with pigs, it's a dynamic dance of rapid growth that demands careful management every step of the way. In the end, choosing between these animals isn't just about numbers. It's about finding the one that fits your lifestyle, aligns with your available capital and space, taps into local market opportunities, and resonates with your personal dreams. Each animal brings its own mix of challenges and rewards, and every day on the farm becomes a new opportunity to learn, adapt, and grow, not only as a farmer, but as an individual. There will be days when the work feels overwhelming, but these challenges are also chances to innovate and refine your methods. Let your passion be the compass that guides your decisions. Even if you start small, every little success will build your confidence and gradually expand your operation, reinforcing the idea that consistent progress, no matter how modest, matters. With each new day, you gain deeper insights into caring for your animals, managing your resources, and nurturing your land. Every sunrise offers a fresh opportunity to learn more and push your farming journey forward. If this video has helped you get a clearer picture on the options available to you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share it with friends who are also looking to start their farming journey this year.